Mhm. What's happening, Andrew?
What's up, Angel? Angel, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
I have a very
Nice.
bad headache. I have a very bad headache today.
You know, you should see a chiropractor for that.
So it's perfect. Look at that. Dr. Jerry Orlando is our guest today. So you're like an official doctor, right, Jerry?
It is official.
Call you doctor?
You can, but I'm more laid back, and I don't mind if you don't do it. So
See, I'm gonna now every time I see you, I'm gonna call you doctor. Here comes the doc. Here comes doctor. I like it. Yeah.
Thanks.
So Jerry and I, for all those people who don't know, Jerry and I have the same babysitter. Literally, we have it's us.
Wait, you both need babysitters?
Yes.
Yep.
We have the same. So we see each other. We used to see each other a lot. We see each other every morning usually. We haven't. So now we're just gonna bust them every time. I like it.
Yeah.
So no babysitters because of pandemic, eh?
Yeah, but we're going back. We're going back to getting babysat in a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, we'll see how long that'll last. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, I'm just gonna call him Jay. I can't call him doctor. It's too hard. So
Fine.
you're a chiropractor. You're a State Road Occupational, right?
Correct.
Never heard of it.
Really?
But he has his own practice too.
You got your own practice too. Okay.
I do. I have Orlando Chiropractic.
Okay.
That I started up in Conneaut. Oh man, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. I've been doing this since 2013. So time is flying by.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been doing it for a long time. Go ahead, Angel.
So Jerry, I have a whole bunch of questions.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. So Jerry, what made you want to become a chiropractor? Like, how does a kid, because you're a kid, like, so you went to school like as a kid, and then you graduated as a kid, and you still have a baby face. So my question is, like, as a kid, what makes you decide that you want to be a chiropractor?
That is a fantastic question. Honestly, though, I used to play golf a lot back when I was younger, and I hurt my back. I think I was 12 or 13 years old playing golf, and my parents used to see a chiropractor way back in the day, and they brought me to my first chiropractor, and I used to see a chiropractor since I was 13. Got through high school, went to Gannon. I was taking some anatomy classes, was thinking pharmacy, and then those anatomy classes kind of changed my whole view on how I wanted to help people. Instead of being someone who stands behind a counter pushing pills, I wanted to be more hands-on, one-on-one, and help people that way.
Interesting.
Do you prescribe?
I don't know. What is Gannon? Like, what are they? The fighting?
Gannon,
just wonder.
They're either the Golden Knights or just the Knight. I think they're Golden Knights.
Gannon Knights. That makes sense. All right, go ahead, Angel. Sorry, I know you're active. I just want to know, like.
So for people who really want to know about Dr. Orlando and what his services are, not the sports team of the college he went to.
Yeah, I just want to know.
Anybody cares.
That's like to know the mascots. This is why I do the podcast, just mascots.
Help me. So Jerry, can I, so you mentioned pharmaceuticals. Do you prescribe medications? Are you like one of those doctors who likes to push like all these treatments and all these medications? And, like sometimes when I've gone to a chiropractor, I have 28 visits I have to go to with Xrays, with, blah, 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 and getting a pillow to help you sleep at night. And it just seems like when you go to a chiropractor, there's like these intensive plans that cost a lot of money. Are you one of those guys? I know you don't make me do it, but like,
no, I really am not. Again, once I graduated from chiropractic school, I worked for a chiropractor up in Erie, Pennsylvania. I will not say who, but I learned from him that not every patient is the same. Not every patient has to have the same exact treatment plan. We would schedule or prescribe a treatment plan for a patient, 12, 15 visits, 3 times a week, for X number of weeks. 2-3 visits into their plan, that patient would be pain free, which made me start to kind of question, are we doing this to help the person, or are we doing this to put more money in someone's, pocket? So I didn't like that. That's one reason why I left and wanted to do things my way. I treat every patient as as themselves, as themselves. Um, so it's one visit at a time. As much as I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I just, it's one visit at a time. I try to keep in mind, the person's pocketbook. I'm not trying to, drain them. So yeah,
How much
No.
do you charge for so wait, is it just, do you just do like an adjustment, or do you do a traction?
I have a bunch of different type of therapies. From basically an office visit with me, it's $45. Doesn't matter, first visit, fifth visit. If I haven't seen you in 6 months or a year, it's still $45. During that visit, you will get a therapy. You may get a couple of therapies to kind of couple the adjustment. I have the electric muscle stimulation, which basically just helps kind of relax the muscles, makes the adjustment go a little bit easier. I have a decompression or a flexion distraction table. What are you laughing at?
I need it. It just sounds so good. I need it.
Andrew.
I need it.
He's such
Um,
a distraction.
I know, man.
Hearing all these things is just relaxing me already. Just like the things
Perfect.
I could be getting done right now.
Good God.
So yeah, flexion distraction or a decompression table, which basically helps if someone were to have a pinched nerve, taking pressure off the discs in their back or their neck. I have ultrasound, which I guess the best way to describe this is basically a treatment that is like a topical aspirin, basically. So you come in with a lot of pain in a localized spot. We can do some ultrasound and really almost take away that pain, which would be a huge benefit for some patients. I do have a water bed, which is nice for people that don't like the muscle stimulation, again, just to help kind of relax the muscles. And then, my adjustments, which can be the old school hands-on approach, or we can be a little less aggressive using a instrument called an activator.
I don't like the water bed.
That's all right. And it's not for everybody, but if I don't have options, then, I'm not thinking about the patient, and I could end up losing them and they could go somewhere else. So, we can always, for those first time patients, I do what I think they need. But I'm also there to listen to the patient on that second visit to see, hey, did it work? And if it didn't, what can we do differently to try to get them out of pain?
Do you require Xrays for your first visits?
I don't. 9 times out of 10 of patients' pain is because of repetitive motion or just maybe how they slept. The only time I really want an X-ray is if they called or walked in saying, hey, I fell down a flight of steps, or, some sort of trauma happened in their life that caused the pain. Well, then, yeah, let's take an X-ray and let's make sure, you didn't break something. But for the most part, no, I don't require an X-ray.
So what about insurance?
So I kind of got forced into the cash world. When I first opened up my business, I had all intentions and thought all I had to do was fill out the necessary paperwork to apply to be on, to be able to accept insurance. And then I found out that nope, that's not how it works. The insurance companies looked and were like, yeah, there's too many chiropractors in your area. Well, at the time, me being in Conneaut, I'm thinking there's only just me. Well, I found out that they look at it as like a 35-mile radius, and I don't know where the center of that radius is. So, needless to say, there's too many, and they don't want me. So I was forced to go that cash route. Not just because I say cash doesn't mean you have to pay cash. You can obviously write a check, use credit card or whatnot. But so yeah.
But it's only $45 for an adjustment and $20 for traction, right?
Correct. So yeah, there are a few patients that I see strictly for traction. You know, they may have a like I said, a pinched or herniated disc, and yeah, you know, I'm not going to require them to spend some ridiculous amount of money and set up like some 90-some treatments for them to do traction. It's $20 for them to come in, get traction. And again, the mindset that I have is, yeah, with traction, we need to do it a few times a week, but the goal is to slowly kind of wean you off so that maybe you're coming back once a month, once every 6 weeks, just to get, you know, that traction done to your neck or to your low back.
So what's traction?
Traction, so it's basically decompression, flexion, distraction.
Okay.
I call it traction. So it's all the same. It's all the same. So
it feels
what do I need?
Really good, Andrew. You should do it.
What do I need? So if I came in cold off the street and I'm like, listen, man, I got
come on, man.
got a pain in my neck.
That's right.
And you would just like look at me. You could probably see like my spine's all jacked up, or I sleep funny, like great, right? Like.
Yeah. So honestly, Andrew, I would basically either do the stim on your neck and shoulders, like your traps, or put you on the waterbed, and then I would do an adjustment. My adjustments, even though your complaint is neck, I do full spine. So I'm going to take a look at your low back, your hips, make sure your mid back's in line, and then obviously address the neck as well. But and if it's your first time never being to a chiropractor, then I'm going to walk you through what I do. I'm not just going to say, lay there and get ready for the ride, you know?
That's what I'd be a little nervous about, you know?
No. I do. I walk you through everything.
Okay, good.
So Andrew, you know what you should do? You should come into the office so Jerry can do dry needling on you, and I can assist with that, so I can stick you with needles.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game right there with dry needling. It's obviously not your typical,
like an acupuncture, right?
Yeah, kind of, absolutely. It's basically two different schools of thought. Acupuncturist is all Chinese medicine and restoring qi, or your body's energy, and dry needling is more the scientific background, where you come in and you say, hey, like in your case, Andrew, you know, my neck and my headaches, you know, that's what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to needle your area of complaint, your neck, your shoulder. So yeah, you know, I'm addressing the muscles, the nerves that all kind of function to your complaint.
How can Angel do that?
She can't.
Okay. Good, because she said she could.
When Jerry's not looking, I'll just go in there and
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just start stabbing people with needles. Yeah, that's great.
But they're little baby needles.
They'll just hurt just a little baby bit then, right?
No. They don't hurt. They really don't. 9 times out of 10, the patient doesn't even feel the needle. They are very thin. They're very flexible type needles. If you get a shot, like a flu shot, they're smaller than that. The reason it's called dry needling is because no like liquid or fluid can go through the needle.
Oh, okay.
So
you ever forget one?
No.
I forget.
No, there's colors on those needles, so
okay,
I can't.
Good.
There's no way I could forget. But I was gonna say though, you know, if somebody wanted to do dry needling, one, you got to be completely comfortable with needles. You can't you can't come in going, I should be okay. No,
Yeah.
you got to be completely comfortable with needles. But second, if I do needling, it's a different cost than your basic chiropractic visit. There's a little bit more involved. So a dry needling session was $50, and then if that person wants to be adjusted as well, then I charge $70. So $20 more, to get an adjustment. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about the needles. I donate blood every once in a while, and I always pass out every 56 days. But I think that's because I'm a fast bleeder.
You don't bleed.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm just saying. See, I don't know if I'm okay with needles or if I'm like, I don't know what the balance is. It's probably just because I'm losing lots of blood.
Yeah, and these aren't going to be causing you to be losing blood.
Yeah.
Again, if there is blood that comes from the needle, it's a little drop, and that's it. Usually I put a little bit of pressure. Obviously, I'm wearing gloves. So put some pressure, and then that drop of blood is gone, and it stops, and you won't even know.
So what are your hours? Like, what's the number? Like, how do we? Can't just walk, probably, right?
No, you can't just walk in. You can call so if you call the Conneaut office, 593-7788, obviously it rings my office there, but it also rings my cell phone. So when I'm not in that office, I can still see someone calling the office. And if I'm not with a patient at State Road, I can answer. And if that person leaves a message, then I definitely would call them back. You can call State Road, 997-5988. But basically, my time is split pretty evenly between both offices. Mondays, Fridays, all day, I'm in Conneaut, usually 8 till 5. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm at State Road all day, usually, again, 8 to 4:30. And then Wednesday, I jump between both locations. So Conneaut in the morning, 8 till noon, and then come here to 1 to 4:30 at State Road.
And you do have some Saturday hours, correct?
I do. The first 2 Saturdays of the month, I am at State Road. Usually 8 to, I think our last patient's 11:30.
Let's be real. So that lady you work for or with, I should say, at State Road, I heard she's like really mean.
I agree with that.
There's no comment from me. I don't know which lady you're talking about.
Yeah, lots of ladies to choose from there.
There are. All
Not
good ladies.
Though, not Jess.
No.
Jess is the best.
She is. So Jerry, is there anything for individuals who would not think, like, for instance, when Andrew said, I have a headache, and you were like, an adjustment will help with that. Have you, with all of the years you've been practicing now, has there ever been like a situation where you're talking to someone and they just say something random like, I'm, having indigestion or something like that, and you can say, a chiropractic adjustment can treat that? Because everyone, I think, typically thinks of chiropractic as like your spine or your neck, not really so much like an arm or a foot or a hip, maybe the hip. But is there anything that people don't realize, or like little babies, like when they're what do you call that? Never had a baby. Colicky, that's it.
Yeah.
There's my medical profession right there. What's that thing that happens with babies?
So yes, there's no age restriction on who I can adjust. Obviously, little kids, babies, it's not the same kind of an adjustment as I would give to an adult. But yeah, it doesn't have to be strictly a neck or back issue. You could come in with a carpal tunnel, your knee, your ankle, really just about anything.
I didn't know. So if you have not indigestion though.
So I can make an argument that it may help. I don't know if there's an exact correlation that, hey, you get adjusted, your indigestion goes away. But you know, yeah, you have nerves that come off the spine. So there's a nerve that controls literally everything in your body. So it may be pinched just enough that, yeah, you've tried your Tums and, you know, anything over the counter, nothing is working. So,
Wow.
you know, why not? Why?
Yeah,
wouldn't
give it a
rule
shot.
out. Yeah, right. It's not going to hurt. It's not
Yeah.
going to make it worse. So yeah.
But you've had patients who've had like suffered from migraines historically and had taken many things and done many things, but they had found relief with, you know, that dry needling and the traction and the adjustment. And that was because it was releasing, you know, the tension, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like, you know, migraine type patients, especially if they present into the office with the migraine, they respond almost instantly. Like soon as they get adjusted, it's like, oh my God, you know, all that pressure that was behind my eyes, in my neck, it's gone. You know, and then we do some needling or even just some of the therapies that I offer to help relax the muscles, you know, ends up giving them, you know, could be days, weeks of relief. So
What's the worst thing you see your patients do that hinders or hurts their back and spine and neck?
oh, that's a good question.
Lift kids.
Why you don't have them?
You're never going to change somebody's day-to-day routine because it's their day-to-day. There are things that I usually end up telling patients. You know, getting in and out of your car. The only time we get in and out of the car, usually the right way, is when there's like 7 feet of snow outside and you don't want the snow on your shoes or on the floor of your car, you know, but really we should all be sitting, you know, you're gonna get in your car butt first and then spin your feet in, and the same way getting out, you know, spin both feet on the ground at the same time and get out. You know, but I would have to say, you know, everybody tries to adjust themselves to some degree, not everybody, but most people, you know, try to do something, spin in a chair, try to do their neck, and that ends up causing problems because they don't do that. They don't know how to do it properly. So
I think when I had my herniated discs in my neck, I think it was holding your son.
Well, my son, you're blaming this on my kid. Oh, boy.
No, but it is true. I agree with Andrew though, because like there have been times where I've held other, you know, friends' kids and you can feel that strain on your neck and your shoulders. And now I know why moms like walk over hunched over sometimes, because they're lifting them babies and them babies ain't light.
No,
so
they're not.
You should give a discount to new moms.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll take that into consideration.
I'm not even a new mom and I'm
What
throwing
about
it
new
out.
dads?
Yeah, that's right.
What about the dads? Paulo and Andy are built very similarly, so there's some big kids there. So we got about 10 minutes left. So what else? Anything else that you want the people to know? I would be, I don't know. Tell me how to be calm when going to the chiropractor. I'd probably be pretty tense. I guess that's why I'm going to the chiropractor.
Oh boy.
Honestly,
it really isn't. A lot of the times it's the unknown is what makes things the problem. But that's why we do therapies first, to help try to relax you. You know, hopefully with me talking you through the adjustment, showing you the setups before I do the adjustment, you become more relaxed with that. You know, and I think really once you get the first adjustment, and you're like, oh wow, it was nothing like I thought. You know, you'll be okay.
That sounds good. Plus Angel gets it done a lot.
I do. At least like once every week? Well, I was going once every week, but then
Yeah, when your neck was really
Really jacked up.
Yeah, that's right. When it was jacked up. Yeah, we were doing, I want to say we were even doing it a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
Just to try to help get that pressure off. And then once it did, then we started backing off, and now it's maybe once a week, but then you end up going 2 or 3 weeks without getting your neck stretched out. So yeah.
I'm due. What's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be at State Road all day.
So, Dr. Orlando, can I come in and see you tomorrow?
Absolutely. I'll be here.
Hey,
He'll fit you in. He'll fit you in.
Andrew, I feel so strongly about chiropractic services, and it's not because, I work with Jerry. I will actually pay for your first adjustment.
Hey!
Whoa.
All right. Money in the bank.
It does relieve a lot of, even just like relax. Once you release all that stress from your nerves and joints and everything.
Whole body.
You do. You like your muscles and everything feel more relaxed.
You could get Dave to like video it, that way.
He would be thrilled. I know he would. He would just, you hear me, he would make a compilation of all like me breathing because you have to like breathe out. He'd be like, and all the cracking noises. Yeah, he would.
I think it's a good idea. I think we should do that.
I think so too. So far, Andrew is going to be recorded riding my Harley, getting his first tattoo.
I never signed up to ride a Harley.
I said, we should record you riding my Harley, and then getting your first tattoo, and now your first
stomping grapes.
Oh, the stomping of the grapes. We gotta get a hold of Bill, and then now we're gonna have Jerry adjust you. All kinds of firsts for Andrew. You're like getting deflowered in many areas.
Oh man,
that's great. That's great. Yeah, you're taking my chiropractor card. Jerry, you can have it. All for you, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Well, give us where you're at again, and the phone numbers and the price and all that, and we'll get you out of here.
All right, sounds good. So, when I'm in Conneaut, it's Monday and Monday. When I'm in Conneaut, it's Monday and Friday all day, 8 to 5, and then Wednesday morning, 8 to 12. I'm right across the street from the hospital in those brown little medical art building. And the phone number there, 593-7788. It does ring my cell phone, so even if I'm not there, I will get the phone call. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays all day, from 8 to 4:30, and Wednesday afternoon, 1 to 4:30, I'm at State Road. And that phone number there is 997-5988. And then the first 2 Saturdays of the month at State Road, 8 to 11:30.
Awesome.
Perfect. And Dr. Orlando, you should probably say hello to your wife.
Hi, Lindsay.
Yeah.
And Natalie and Paulo.
And your 2 beautiful kids. How long have you and your wife been married for now?
Oh, God.
Don't put them on the spot.
God, it's going to be...
Dude, I thought you'd have this.
It's going to be 6 years, September 6th.
Oh, coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up.
6 years. I don't know what you're supposed to get at 6 years. Maybe just an adjustment. Get it? Like an attitude adjustment.
Most people
I'm not sure if Lindsay's going to like that.
I crack myself up.
You're an idiot. Well, thank you.
Tell the kids I say hello. I miss seeing them in the morning.
I will. I'll have to. I'm sure you're going to post this video at some point.
Tomorrow morning.
All right. So we'll have to show them the video so they can see.
Yeah. I'll tag you, and I'll throw Lindsay on there too. Why not?
Oh, she would just love it.
It's perfect.
Well, thank you, Dr. Orlando, for coming on. We appreciate all your information.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
Welcome.
Appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you soon.
No problem at all. All right, I'll see you guys then.
Take it easy.
All right.